guys, this is Panzermarks36. Today's video is the final reveal for the E-50 that I've been working on for a long time. I finally finished the diorama work, and I'm just going to show it off to you a bit. I already had some photos up, but I'll just show off some stuff and talk about it. Here's the figure I did for the E-50, not the figure paint tutorial. I'm really happy with the way he turned out, all the markings I put on him, as well as all the work I did on the shirt there, and the pants and all the gear and stuff like that. Lots of washes, lots of highlights. But, yeah, lots of different colors, but I'm really happy with the way he turned out. I think he goes really nice in the diorama. The vehicle. One thing I added recently, just as the final touch, were these fuel cans, because it kind of looked like the vehicle was just driving along, but I wanted to imply that it was abandoned. So I have some fuel cans on the vehicle to make it look like it ran out of fuel, which is a frequent problem the German army had in the late war period. So I've got the fuel can and the fuel drum here. The fuel can looks like it's shiny right now with all the white, but that's actually oil paints I put on. So it's not shine, it's paint, but I'm really happy with the way those highlights came out, as well as the wash I put in there. And then the can here, I chose to do some blue in the middle just to add just some color to it, and also kind of contrast with the yellow on the tank and the figure and the other fuel can there. So lots of work with I used the winter streak and grime, and the rust streaks, and as well as some brown oils. Just getting some, well, really disgusting look to it, really. Wouldn't want to touch that, but I think it looks really good. Oops. I also have some kind of puddles of fuel up in the top there. And then I've got another fuel can on the back here. This one also had the streak and grime. That's kind of like the reddy brown in the middle. And there's the winter streak and grime, which is the green around it. And I painted it just like a normal gray color. And also did some white highlights you can see along the edges. So those really add to the vehicle. To the story that the vehicle's just been abandoned because there's nothing else they can do with it. Yeah, the vehicle, I'm just going to go over the weathering slightly. Lots of works with the streaking. As you can see, it got it's kind of washed out right now with the lighting, but yeah, you can see the streaks from all the points where, dust and stuff would collect and rust. It's like little dings in the armor and all these torch marks. Here are the periscopes. And also the streaks over here from where these bolts are attaching the fenders. Not really the fenders, more like the side skirts. And streaks from these, I think these are usually actually for attaching like a foliage camouflage or steps or something like that. Probably both. Lots of streaks there. On the top of the vehicle here, I did some chipping just to add something to the top of it to make it look like the crew's been kind of walking around and stuff like that. The infrared gear, added the wiring myself, but I think it added a lot to it. And the big sensor here. Lots of work with blue and red and orange, I guess, yeah. Lots of washes and layering there to get that color, but I really like it. It looks kind of messed up. Maybe like water's gotten in there and it's kind of screwed it up, but yeah, the vehicle's probably been abandoned for a couple of days, something like that. The cast texture on the mantlet and the gun shield and the cupola, as well as the exhaust guards at the back. Added that myself with Tamiya putty. I just gave it a wash and some highlighting with some gray, and I think it looks really good now, actually. You can tell it's cast. And lots of washes in these torch marks and the cut marks on the side of the armor plates. But it really makes it look like it's not been really well maintained, more like a late war thing. Fenders on this side and this side are damaged by myself, and I also had to hack out the bits there for the missing links. Got that bit of a dusty stuff just going up to the edges there where there's no side skirt anymore. And then the different tow cables here, I don't know why there's two different tow cables. There's this one, the same thing on this side, and there's also this little one. But I did them differently. This one's more browny and stuff like that. This one's more like the same color as the vehicle, but I did lots of. On this one, on the top one, I think I gave it a brown and rust wash. This one I gave it a rust wash, and then I gave it a highlighting with a pencil. So you can see it looks a little metallic. Yeah, and the diorama base itself, I did the tutorial on that. I have the sidewalk here with the bench. There's some magazines and some rubble. It kind of implies there's a building here. Then the stones itself with all the pigments I gave it. And then the brown wash. I think it looks really nice. A bit. It's a bit. Honestly, it's a bit too messed up the road. But I think that kind of implies that maybe there's been lots of bombings or, you know, tank traffic over it just to break it up a bit. That's why the stones are, most of them are kind of messed up. But it looks really old and stuff like that, so that's more the older European city look that I'm going for. I think all the bushes around here is like pushing through the stones, same bushes that are on this grass mat here that I use for the corner. Engine deck here, just a bit of black, just black paint out of the jar, just lightly dry brushing it along there. You get that nice look of soot. And then the fire extinguisher here didn't come with the kit. There was no fire extinguisher at all, so I just added this on. I think it looks good. Highlighting along here with the lighter color in the center there, just to add something to the vehicle. The rear here, it's pretty messy at the rear. Lots of mud and stuff kicked up. Added the cast texture on these bits down here. These little things. The bob, the exhausts. Most of the splatter on the, you can see on the pigments that I did for the dirt and stuff that's been smoshed on the vehicle. Most of that is put on with a toothbrush, just mud, just like mud colored pigments. But I didn't want any mud. I wanted more like dust and rust on this vehicle because it's urban warfare. Periscopes were painted periscope blue from Vallejo, I think. Yeah, nice color. Can't really see it here. I think you can see on the front there. Looks good. And the tools, just lots of washes to give them a wooden look. Not super happy with the shovel there, but the other ones over here look good. So I hope I haven't bored anybody too much, but just talking about how I did the vehicle. And I'm super happy with how this came out. One thing I might add in the future, though, is a Russian, I can't talk right now, Russian soldier, just kind of hanging out on the side of the vehicle, kind of like being sneaky, you know. And then maybe this guy's heard him kick a brick or something, I don't know, make it heard a sound. That maybe explains more why he's kind of like looking in this direction. So, because at first I was kind of planning for him to be looking at the vehicle, but now I think if I have like a Russian guy just kind of right about where the drive sprocket is, who maybe was about to like jump this guy just noticed, and they're both kind of like waiting for the other one to make their move or something like that. I don't know. But I think that added another just another little thing to the story of the diorama. Yep, so that's the diorama. If you have any video questions about it, I did some updates on this thing, and I explained a bit how I did the weathering a while ago. And I did a tutorial on the road and also on the figure. I was planning on doing a tutorial on how I did these, but if anybody wants me to explain how I did that, I could make a video and I'd do another barrel. But the weathering in that I think is really good. I'm really happy with the barrel. So thanks for watching the video, guys. Pantomars36. If you have any questions or anything like that, or comments about how I did anything on the vehicle, please feel free to comment. I will respond. Hopefully I'll be able to have the answer for you. Any colors that I use in any of the tools and stuff like that. And I hope you like the result. I really like it. Especially like all the fuel cans there. I'm really happy with the way they came with all the highlights I did on them. And the vehicle, just all the highlighting I did on the washes and the streaks. I think it probably my favorite vehicle I've done. There's so many little different things I did on it. Really adds to it. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you're still watching. I probably bored a lot of people out of the video. So thanks for watching that video, guys. Goodbye.